On my Instagram and YouTube.
Cool.
On YouTube, yeah. Can you set it up to
Hey,
invite?
I don't know how to do that, but hello, everybody. We are live. We are live. So,
Hello.
this is Miss Caitlin of Magenta Brand Fusion. Magenta, I probably butchered
Fusion
that.
Brand Works.
There we go. Magenta Brand Works. Welcome, everyone. I am actually live on IG right now and live over here on YouTube. If you are here with us on YouTube, please give us a like. Tells YouTube you like what we're talking about, pushes it out to more people. For my friends over here on Instagram, we're live on YouTube right now. So I just wanted to let y'all know we are answering all questions about PatternCon today because tickets go on sale on Friday and we are expecting them to go quickly. So we are answering any and all questions, spilling all the tea, letting you know all the details of what is in store for this amazing event. Oh, yeah. And so hop on over to YouTube, my Instagram friends. You can find the link in my stories and we'll see you over there. Wow, Karen, all the way from India, please come join us. We'd love to hear from you. I love India. I got to go last year and it was lovely.
I was going to say, you were just in India.
I was just in India. I love India too. I can't wait to make it back. Hawaii tuning in. Hey, hello everyone. Just one more time for my Instagram friends. We are live over on YouTube answering any and all questions about PatternCon. You can find the link in my stories or in my bio, but the link in my stories will take you directly to us. I hope we'll see you over there. I'm going to hop off. Bye, guys. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Trisha. I'm your pattern nerd friend. I love all things pattern making, sewing, and fitting. That's what we share and talk about on this channel. And we have a very, very special event coming up this summer in August. Called PatternCon. It is the first of its kind pattern convention dedicated only to pattern making and fitting for garments, for clothes and costumes. And I'm very excited about it. We've been talking about this for years. We've been talking about it on YouTube for the last about 6-8 months. And we are finally having tickets go on sale this Friday. So
let's review. What day of the week is it right now?
It is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
So
tickets go on sale in like 51 hours.
Not long.
That's really soon.
It's really soon. And we are doing this because we just released our first batch of tickets on this last Friday for our special extra behind the scenes VIP volunteer tickets. We had 30 of those available and we sold out of those in less than 2 minutes. So we want to make sure that if you are curious about PatternCon, that you get all of your questions answered so that when tickets go on sale this Friday, you have a chance to grab those that are left because we are anticipating they will go quickly and we would hate for you to miss out if you are wanting to party with us in Charlotte in August. So just a couple of details, as we go into it, and then I want Caitlin to tell you a little bit about herself and why she's here. But PatternCon is happening this summer, August 16th and 17th in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it is our first year. We are very, very excited. We're going to be talking about all the details, but basically it is a place for us to come together, gather together, and lift each other up, inspire one another, learn this superpower of pattern making so that you are confident making clothes and garments for yourself and others, and doing fitting adjustments and making cool designs. We're going to have historical classes, and that is just the beginning of it. Hello everyone who's here. Hi CJ. Oh, and Anno, I think, joining us from Netherlands. That is Maya, I believe.
Hello.
And then and Maya is joining us for PatternCon. She already grabbed her volunteer ticket last week.
Is she going to be in my squad?
She is going to be in your squad.
Hello, friend. I'm going to get to know you.
And then we have Karen from Arizona. Sandra is here. Sandra is also going to be joining us as your squad as well. And Sarah is joining us from Maryland. Welcome, everybody. If you guys
Where's Sandra from?
Sandra is from North Carolina. I actually know Sandra.
Love it.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, while we're chatting, I have a couple that came in kind of just from, that's why we wanted to do this, because we were getting some questions and we just wanted to make everything clear. So if you have any questions about PatternCon, about tickets, about the event, about if this is right for you, please let us know in the chat. We are happy to answer them. But Miss Caitlin, will you please introduce yourself and why are you here? Why are you here with us with PatternCon?
Why am I here? Because I love you. So my name is Caitlin Locascio King. I live in the great state of Maine. If anyone from Maine comes to PatternCon, first I'll die of shock, but then I'll be super excited. So we're going to have to do a call on stage. Is anyone from Maine? And
right.
That would be amazing. Pattern Nerds Unite. Sandra, yes. I got you, girl.
PNU. PNU.
The Pattern Nerds Unite is literally on a meeting agenda scheduled next week. I have to tell you that. It's true. I run Magenta Fusion Brandworks. I have a fabulous co-founder, David. Trisha has met David.
David's awesome. Wonderful. He's amazing.
So he's a graphic designer and I'm a social media strategist and I do a lot of branding work. So we worked with Trisha and all of her amazing companies about 6 months ago or so. We updated her branding, her logos, etc. And in my background, I have done a lot with large event planning for clients almost for a decade now. So when Trisha first told me, well, not when she first told me, but when we really got into PatternCon conversations was about 15 months ago or so. We were in Massachusetts for a friend and we shared a hotel room together and I was aggressive with my enthusiasm.
That's putting it lightly, y'all.
I'm a supportive friend. And I was like, yes, it's happening. Yes, it's happening in 25. Reserve the TikTok handle. Let's go. And it was
did. That was when, that evening is when pattern.con on Instagram account was created. Yep. I don't think we tried to do TikTok. There was a whole mishap.
Oh, right. It said you were a child.
I was a baby.
You were a child account and you needed your mom's permission.
Yeah. So we kind of got sidetracked on that.
So she opened up the pattern.con Instagram account at like 1:00 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And then she was rolling on the ground filming a reel.
For the boot camp. Yes.
It's completely true.
A little behind the scenes. So, I am dedicated, y'all. I am dedicated to you and sharing this superpower.
I'm a cheerleader for all my friends, but for Trisha, it was such a no-brainer because she's not just passionate about this, but she can actually make it happen. And so I was like, there's no whats, there's no ifs. It's like, yes, this is happening. So again, and then I would send her like voice messages every couple of months, like, oh, hey, what's going on with PatternCon, which is in 2025, and I can't wait to go. Like, I would literally be like, come on, because it's amazing. And now she's making it happen. And I have a spreadsheet open right here in front of me with all the information. So I'll give you my Venmo if you want to bribe me. I'll send you all of it. And now that it's actually really coming together, I mean, I think, Trisha, is this already turning into more than you even thought? And you had the vision.
Absolutely. Well, more than I thought we could do for year one, for sure. I mean, the vision is bigger than what we could do in the first year.
Okay. We have the ramp up, but I have to say this. For year one.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely bigger than I thought.
Go because it's being small enough that you are going to be, because when you're in a room with 300 people, it's not going to feel small. You're going to be looking around and you're going to see a sea of tables and they're all your people, right?
Yes.
But it's still small enough that you are going to get so much interaction with all these people, come in ground level, and just as PatternCon grows every single year, I mean, we're already talking 2026 right now. As it grows every year, I cannot wait to see everyone who's been there from day one. I cannot wait until 2026 when we're in that main ballroom and say, if you were here for inaugural 2025 in Charlotte, stand up. I cannot wait to see those people. That's going to be amazing. Like, I can't wait for that. That's what I'm most excited about. Oh, I love it. Go big or go home. I like W Designs by Diane.
And hi, Sue. Hi, Kristen. Welcome, everybody.
So the PatternCon is all Trisha, literally all Trisha. She is all knowing, all those things. I'm just helping her kind of just take all this incredibleness and just put it together so it can be a package delivery for all of you. And I'm very excited that I'm going to be with those VIP volunteers.
That's right.
I am going to be your very short but fearless leader.
She is quite fearless, y'all. And very short, but
mostly fearless.
Mostly fearless.
Mostly fearless. So yeah, if you are in the VIP squad, you're going to be hanging out with me, and obviously that squad's already full, but what the volunteers are doing, for those who maybe didn't know about it or missed out for next year, VIPs and volunteers, they're going to get a private session. They're going to get extra swag. They're going to get a custom designed t-shirt, which might be involving some really cool hand-drawn elements by one of my assistants, who's amazing. And she's an artist, an actual artist. And we are just going to be doing some of the logistical setup and breakdown of the event. And in exchange, getting to hang out with Trisha more and getting some more learning and perks. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And if you're not one of those, but you're attending, these VIP volunteers are going to make your experience even better. So when you see one, definitely give them a shout out and a thank you, because they are all going to help everyone have an incredible time.
Yes. They're going to be your new best friends.
I'm not short, but also fearless. Welcome. We can be of the same
Yeah,
tribe.
Sue's on my team as far as the height goes. But
so tickets, oh my gosh, because it's 6 p.m. EST on Friday.
Yes.
So we're like 50 and a half hours away.
So if you are not already, if this sounds like your cup of tea and you are not already on the party list, let's just put that out there. The link is in the description to go check out patterncon.com, and the party list sign up is right there. And the reason you want to be on the party list is because that is who gets access to the tickets first. So we are emailing the party list this week and filling them in with details of how to grab those tickets as soon as they go on sale. Because of our last two sales leading up to this general admission sale going so quickly, we want to make sure it's fair for everyone to get the same time access so that, you don't miss out. So what's going to happen is the party list is getting this information. They are going to get a link to our countdown page. They will have a countdown timer to 6 p.m. Eastern on Friday. As soon as that countdown timer hits 0, it will direct you to the sales page where you can read all the information and be able to purchase tickets. So everybody will get access to the sales page at the same time, making it fair for everyone to have a fair chance to grab one of the tickets that is remaining. So if you're not on the if you're not on the party list, you want to jump on that now if you're interested. Even if you're just curious and you're like, I want to check it out, I want to see all the details. I mean, we're going to answer questions here today. The sales page obviously has more information, but we are only selling to the party list for the first 24 hours. And if there's any tickets after that 24 hours, then we will put it on the main website and you'll be able to purchase, not on the party list. So that's why you really want to be on the party list. Our VIP tickets, our volunteer tickets sold out in less than 2 minutes. When I hosted a retreat earlier this year, we sold those tickets. We had 20 tickets available and those sold out in 45 seconds. So she was there.
I was real time live with Trisha on that one.
So we want to be mindful to make it fair to everyone to get a fair chance. So I had a couple of questions come in ahead of time, and we're going to be talking about, what you can expect and, what kinds of extra things besides the classes, besides everything else that we've been mentioning. If you have any questions about PatternCon or what to expect, please let us know in the chat. We're happy to hear. That's kind of why we're here, why we're doing this today. But I have a couple that were kind of coming in and kind of prompted us to do this. So the first question is, are there going to be classes for someone who is a novice to pattern making? And yes, absolutely. I have been announcing the teachers kind of slowly over on Instagram to give every teacher their own highlight so that you really get to learn about them, their bio and their information. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go check that out at pattern.con. Is our PatternCon account, but also over on my account at creative.costume.academy. And so you can find out more about the teachers. There is information about all the teachers on the sales page, but we have a wide range of classes because there's so many cool things you can do with pattern making, but we have very beginner classes. If this is like very new to you, you don't even know the tools, you want to learn about that kind of thing, what kind of paper to use, why to use that kind of paper. Like we have basic level classes like that. We have classes about very simple skirts and all the amazing things you can do with them. And I know that Stephanie Canada is going to be teaching some of our classes on like upcycling and re-thrifticizing is what she calls it, and how to read a basic pattern. We have a couple, I know Stephanie's going to be teaching that class, like how to read a pattern and how to use it for a modern body. And then we also have Mella Hoyt-Hayden, who is teaching a class on how to read a pattern that is pre-1950s. So we have a lot of very basic classes, but we have classes for you if you are a deep pattern nerd and you're wanting to get to that next level. We have historical drafting classes if historical clothes is your jam. We also have a few vintage draft up classes and things like that. And we have fitting classes. We have a couple different fitting classes. We have draping bodices on your body, only using 2 measurements. We have experimental pattern making. We have digital pattern making. So there really is a wide range of different classes that was really important to me, to make it accessible for everyone. This is for everyone who, not only if you already know about pattern making, but if you're just excited and don't know where to get started. Yes, Mella will be there. Originally, she wasn't going to be able to make it, but she canceled her Iceland trip. I convinced her to stay and not go to Iceland. And she's going to be joining us. So I'm very excited about that.
And can we also just take a minute when you're talking about a variety of classes? Now, we actually added a class yesterday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're talking, there's, not counting keynotes, separate from keynotes.
Right.
For classes, there's, I want to say 36 offerings.
Yeah.
So, and they're all within this niche, right, of pattern making, fitting. So all within that, for the Pattern Nerds Unite, 36 different offerings.
Yeah.
I mean, that covers novice to expert, different interests within it. There's going to be something for everyone. And there's going to be, like, I think there's going to be something fun for a lot of people, something I would recommend when we get to class signups. And I'm sure we'll talk about that later too.
Yeah.
Maybe sign up for something you know nothing about that's new to you, something different. Maybe something like, I've never would have thought to go to this class before. Maybe try one of those. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be so many options for you to pick from. Yes, it's true. Yeah, the organization of the classes is going to be our next big feat. That's easy. We got that. And making it so that you guys will have all the information to register all the ticket holders once we get to that point. So that will be coming up. I mean, we can go ahead and talk about that because that is one of the FAQs on the sales page, is when or how do you register. And Sandra's just asking a question: how many classes will an attendee actually be able to attend in the time available? So that, do you want to explain that? Yeah, I can take that. Okay. Sure. So that will vary a little bit because we're doing it very equitably. Okay. So no one, not even the VIP volunteers, No one is getting an early bite at this apple. Everyone is going to be kind of putting in their class requests at the same time. And we'll have a way to do that where you can kind of do a ranking. Look, I haven't seen those yet. They just arrived, today?
Yeah. I mean,
they're super fun. So everyone is going to be kind of putting in for the classes they want. You'll have full information, descriptions, all those things, so you can have an informed decision. It won't be first come, first serve. We're going to kind of tell you a date where you can begin signups, and you'll have, we haven't said exactly, maybe a week. So you'll have more than a day or two. Okay. You'll have some time to kind of put in, and then the brain power on the team is going to kind of go through everyone's request list and put a schedule accommodating as many people in as many classes as they want. Now, if you're like, I only want to do 2 classes, etc., you don't have to sign up for 1 million. Will depend. Technically, an attendee could go to up to, let me think about this technically, 1, 2, technically maybe 4 or 5. All right, just the way the scheduling is
not
done.
including the keynote and main ballroom sessions.
So not including main ballroom, where there's going to be keynotes and other interactive sessions. Everyone gets all of those. And then plus, in addition to that, an attendee, I feel like there's a way you could probably get 5, but I will say technically, potentially up to 4 individual classes as well. The reason why it's a little hard to answer that is because the classroom sizes are different, and we did do kind of room assignments based off things that might work better with more people in the room or work better with smaller, etc. So depending on interest, we also might be able to move that around a little bit. But we are going to get everyone in as many classes as we possibly can within their interests, and it'll all be laid out. So you'll see at this time block, these classes are offered, which ones are you most interested in?
And the other factor with that is the length of the class. So yes. If you want to take more classes, then you might sign up for more 1-hour classes. We do have a 4-hour class. We have some 3-hour class blocks. So that will also determine how many classes you'll be able to participate in.
Yes, we have a ton of 1 and 2 hour classes. Mm-hmm. We have a good number of 3-hour classes, a good number. And then for those who really want to get in there and learn the things, there is also a 4-hour offering. And I have a feeling that room is going to be some of the most enthusiastic, excited people at PatternCon, would be my guess, because they want to get in there.
Yeah, for sure. So Sue says she needs to clone herself. I know. The biggest bummer for me is I'm teaching classes, so I can't go to any.
I mean, the people need
Kaylee
you,
won't let me
play. The people need her. So is Trisha teaching in every single time block? Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because they need you. If we didn't put you in every room block, there would be mutiny. The pattern nerds would unite to tie you up, okay? Like, they'd use a measuring tape. So we have to have you teaching in every block. So Trisha's doing, I think you're doing 1 2-hour class and 2 1-hour classes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do sleeve fitting, order of construction, and for those of you who know about my love of Shingo Sato, we're going to do a fabric origami class too. So, because, it'll be fun.
Amazing.
For the true pattern nerds. So yeah, it will really depend, Sandra, but there will be lots of wonderful options. And if you can't make it to some of your favorites, there's so many that you want to try, that's where we'll come in and we'll kind of place as best we can everybody. And then you'll just have to come back next year.
Exactly. I mean, PatternCon is only going to grow, but I mean, 30, I think it's 36 breakout offerings. You are not starting small, my friend. You are right in there.
Go big or go home, like Diane said.
Mm-hmm.
So another question that came through is, can you buy tickets for another person? And yes, you absolutely can. All tickets will be delivered or confirmed through email, and we are tracking everyone who has a ticket through email. So you can click that you want 2 tickets, that they will be under the same email that you use to sign up for the tickets. So just be mindful of that. Then you're kind of responsible for that other person per se, or you could purchase a ticket, purchase your own ticket and then go back and purchase another and use their email in the sign up. That is another option so that they're going to get the information. So yes, it is possible to buy a ticket for another person, but the tickets will be delivered through email. So that's the only thing to keep in mind. Another question that we had was actually from one of our retreat goers. For those of you who don't know, we kind of planned, I kind of dipped my toe to gauge interest, whether people would actually show up and want to learn about pattern making and fitting in person by hosting a retreat, as I mentioned earlier, that happened earlier this year in February. We sold it in July of last year. That's the one that went in 45 seconds. For that retreat, we limited it to 20 people because what we did in that retreat was we had a mock-up of a bodice and skirt sloper done up for each attendee, and we Mela and I, who I just was talking about, did a fitting on each of those 20 ladies, and by the end of the weekend they had a sloper that was custom fit to their body, and it was an optional third day where we used that sloper to draft a dress design, which I think you will see some of those dresses walking around during PatternCon weekend. And so somebody was asking her, will that be available at PatternCon this year to be able to be custom fit into your sloper? And that is something that we are considering as a VIP upgrade for future years, or we'll still keep it as a separate retreat, because the thing is with that, it's a very one-on-one, more time-consuming thing that we won't be able to do with 300 people in a convention setting. So that will be something that we are looking forward to in the future as an additional thing that would, for those of you who want the more one-on-one attention like that. But I do want to say we have several classes focused, dedicated on fitting. So I know we have Jennifer Stern's efficient workflow, pant fitting workflow. So you'll be getting a pant fitting pattern. We'll be using measurements and altering and tweaking and setting up your pattern to have the most success when you do go to do a fitting or a muslin. We also have Ruby Gertz. I just announced her on Instagram today. She's going to be, you're actually going to drape a bodice onto your body in the class. And I'm curious. I wish I could take that one too, because you only use 2 measurements, and that way you can really kind of feel how that's going to work out. So, and that's just the 2 that are coming to my mind right this moment. But there are some classes where you will be fitting and working through or setting up slopers for yourself to go home and be happy. So so there's more to come, but that is one of the things that we're going to kind of add towards the in next years to come. But for this year, we're focusing on the classes, the 36 classes that we have available, plus all the keynotes and everything else that you get access to. Kristen's asking,
question?
Yeah. Is there a plan in coming years to be in different locations? Yes. This year we are in Charlotte. So if you are close to Charlotte or in Charlotte, I would definitely encourage you to check it out this year, because we are looking at not always having it in Charlotte. I'm close to Charlotte, so that's why I wanted to start there. So I'm not trying to figure out how to get all of the stuff to some...
There's so many logistics involved in this. And that was one of the ways to guarantee that people are going to have a wonderful experience and that we could make this first PatternCon amazing. Was, I can assure you, there are thousands of logistical things on the checklist already, but now we're making it so all the materials, etc., getting them there set up is simpler, because Charlotte, would be fair to say, that's the closest big city to you, correct?
Yes. The biggest one with International Airport, yeah.
And it happens to be a fantastic location too.
It is.
So I mean, we're not compromising to be in Charlotte. We had to find the right location. That was a 2-month process.
Yes.
And we found it. So it'll be in Charlotte this year, but obviously I can't say anything unless you want to Venmo me for a bribe. But yes, the plan is 26 will be in a different location. May or may not. Trisha, cover your ears. May or may not have to start looking into that location like next month.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
really
know.
soon.
So many things, you guys. So many things.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin's keeping it straight for me, though. Savannah is saying that she needs proof that this isn't a fire festival of a sewing hobby. Being on the wait list didn't do anything or give any greater details. Savannah, I'm curious when you signed up to the party list, because we have been giving information throughout this week. In fact, we sent out the full teacher list yesterday with all of the teachers and classes that they will be teaching. But if you just signed up today or later in the day after that email went out, then you didn't get that. The confirmation email is pretty vague because that was drafted before. Details are coming together as daily, like hourly, as we're putting things together.
Do you want me to give a bit of an overview of kind of what the 2 days are going to look like?
Yeah, that would be great. Like a loose schedule for sure.
It's a reasonable question. You know what I mean?
For sure. Absolutely. And this is the first time, so we don't have any like footage of everything.
Right, of previous PatternCon.
But those of you in the chat, like Sue just chimed in. So there are several in the chat who did attend our retreat weekend and are volunteers. So they can tell you about their experience that we did actually show up and deliver.
Right. So yeah, let me give you a little bit of kind of overview what the 2 days are going to look like. I'll do it high level, but I'll still give you some specifics. So it's going to be Saturday and Sunday. All right. The official hours are basically 9 to 6 on Saturday because we have so much stuff to give you all. And then Sunday, roughly 9 to 2. Of course, Saturday, since it's registration, doors will open a little bit earlier to get everyone through registration and move on. But you're going to get there, you're going to register, pick up your lanyard, do things like that, sign in. We'll have, you'll already be told what classes you've gotten into ahead of time. We'll have printouts of them available to you. We're going to be having a custom map to show you exactly where rooms are. I promise you, she's got, well, she's above me. I think on the screen, she's maybe that way.
Not,
which way
I'm the other way, that way.
That way? She's over there. So she's got all the talent, all the brains, all the skills, and all the connections. It's 100% her. But I'm real good at organizing. Okay? So it's going to be very organized. Taking her magic, okay, and just making it organized. So you're going to come in, you're going to register, get your really cool lanyard, maybe some other items. I don't know. We'll talk about that later, maybe. Check in. There will be vendors there. Vendors are growing every day. All right.
We just got a new vendor today.
Yeah. So there'll be vendors available and some pretty cool and diverse things happening there in the vendors. There will be a morning keynote on Saturday. Okay. There will be 2 different class sessions on Saturday. So let's see. During the first session, you'll have roughly 12 classes to pick from, I want to say, give or take. And then in the second one, again, maybe 15, and you could do more than one class in the second session depending on what you sign up for.
Yep.
There will be full lunch provided.
Hot lunch.
Hot lunch. It's not going to be a bagged Sammy and chips. No. Okay. Full lunch provided, and both days, Saturday and Sunday, you will have a snack power pack will be at every single seat. So there will be additional refreshments and snacks provided to all of you in addition to a full lunch, because Trisha and I love food. Okay?
Yeah, we love food.
We love it a lot.
We got to have snacks. How can we learn on an empty stomach?
We can't. Trisha and I hung out for 4 days together in February, and between us, I think we ate roughly 50 pounds of guacamole.
Yeah, for sure.
At least.
He learned very quickly he needed to make that guacamole bigger and bigger every time.
Gift to make her smile, just bring a bunch of cilantro, okay? She'll love you. Bring me a kiwi. So
Caitlin's
lots of snacks for you. You can of course bring, a water bottle or drinks with you, and there'll be full hot lunch provided with more beverages. Like I said, double class sessions. There'll be a welcome. There'll be a closeout. Yeah. Vendors will be open all day long. Swag bags. That's just Saturday. Okay. Now Sunday, I don't want to give away all the surprises at the end of the day, but there is going to be another welcome. There is going to be at least one other keynote. That's all I'm going to say about that. There is going to be another class session on Sunday. I think there's 10 classes to pick from that day. There's going to be full lunch provided, another snack pack provided, and some really cool things happening in the main ballroom to end the day. I think that's, and more swag.
Yeah.
And I think that's a pretty good overview, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I think so.
We can't show all the cards.
Right.
But we just have to prove it's a real event. So.
And you can call the Sheraton Charlotte Airport Hotel is where it's going to be hosted to check out the legitimacy. Like they know I'm paying them tons of money to have this event there, so they can vouch for me if you're needing that kind of validation as well. And I Sue from Snoops 819 says it's legit, and so did Sandra M, who both attended the retreat and are both volunteers for the PatternCon.
And the other thing I will say that Trisha won't say, so I will say it for her. PatternCon is a labor of love and passion project for her. I mean, yes. She said you can call the hotel and verify all the money they will be collecting. That is true. The amount of time Trisha spent working on doing all this to keep this ticket price as low as possible, I can assure you, hand on heart here, that this is being made to be as accessible to as many people as possible. That's why you're in a hotel that has free airport transfer, okay? Yep. It is right there. You don't have to Uber back and forth to the event. This price point is as low as humanly possible, yep, while giving you a first-class experience, all right? This has all been in here. This is months leading up to anything being said publicly, yeah, to make it all work for everyone. And like I said, keeping that price point accessible was something from day one.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. We've thought a lot about it, and everything is being calculated and accounted for
to the penny,
so that we can make sure that this is going to be just the most epic event that we can do. But it's it's not Caitlin's first rodeo, which is why she's telling me what to do.
Helping just with logistics. That's all I'm doing.
But it is my first rodeo as far as hosting a convention. And it's something that I have been talking about and dreaming about for years. This is not, let's just do this because it's fun and everybody should do this. This is something that I have been working on for years, researching, talking about, getting
teaching
feedback.
Events yourself,
yes,
attending events. I mean, your community. And I think that's what this comes down to, this event. The event at the end of the day, we're literally, look at the slogan for this. It's gather together.
Yeah.
The point is the community. The point is the people. So we are making it to try and make it so as many people as possible who want to attend can attend.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I'm you guys, like, it's been a lot to make sure all the social media information goes out, all the emails are written and correct, and the contracts are signed with the teachers, before I'm announcing people, and those logistics. So the reason that we have been careful and there hasn't been tons of information going out is because this is its first year, and we are literally like putting things together as quickly as humanly possible so that it's not going to be a Fire Fest situation where we're promising things that aren't going to actually be happening. Everything is, legitimized before we go into announcing, so that I'm not having to backpedal. If you're new to me, I think it was Sarah was your name, or Savannah. Yeah. If you're new to my world, I definitely put a lot of thought in everything before I announce it, and it's always come with a lot of heart. Like this is. It's a passion project for me, but it is a dream of mine. I feel very strongly that we need this. This is super important. And I found the reason the reason that I wanted to do this convention is because I don't see it available anywhere else. There are other conventions. I've taught at other conventions. I've been to other conventions. And there are other things I'm sure that I don't know about. But a lot of times it's very quilt or craft focused. And there isn't a lot of information on fitting and specifically pattern making, which for garment making, for making clothes and for making costumes, which that is my background. I have so I've been involved in many big events, but not the one putting it together. So I have a little bit of experience, like I said, hosting or being involved in a big event, but this is the first one that this is like my ideas and I'm making it happen. But and I'm here for the challenge, and the reason is because I feel super strongly. There's two reasons that I wanted to have this convention. The first one is because though I have learned a lot about teaching virtually, I do have an online membership. We have about 375 students from all over the world, and we teach pattern making and fitting, and that is our main focus. And I have learned a lot of tips and tricks, and there are definitely pros of doing things virtually and online. There is nothing like being in the room with your instructor and having hands-on attention. And so for us to be able to come together and bring everyone together, like over half of the teachers are good friends of mine, and we've been talking about this for years, and we are all just super stoked to just be able to have this and be able to offer this and bring everyone together, like each other. Like we're just stoked to be in the room and just get to focus on pattern making, which we love so much. So that is the first reason. And the second reason, is because working in costumes, working in the entertainment industry, I just, I have made some crazy things. I have opened a Cirque du Soleil show on the Las Vegas Strip. I have made big Disney costumes that I can't talk about because I signed my life away for NDA. I have done
the costumes you made last year that come to mind. You've made some big stuff.
Yeah. So I've done some big things, but one, I'm not usually allowed to talk about them, and two, when you go and see a big show like that, you see what happens on stage, and most of the time you never think about how it got there. And even with movies and TV, we're there to be entertained, but it's even big fashion designers, like if you know all the big fashion designers, you know them by name, but they have a team and they have a crew. There is no way you can take a picture, a sketch, a design, and turn it into an actual garment, actual piece of clothing to put on a person without making a pattern. Whether you're draping it or you're drafting it from scratch, it does not go from sketch to reality without your pattern maker. That is the power that pattern making has. And those people are usually invisible and never acknowledged and never celebrated. And that's sad for me, why would you ever want to learn a powerful skill if you don't even know what it does or what it can do? And so I am a big proponent of not only spreading this knowledge and this power that is attainable for everyone. I think that it's gotten a stigma that it is very technical, it's very hard, it's very strict and stringent, and that is not my way of teaching. And so I want to make it accessible to everyone. But besides that, I just want to celebrate the skill as it is, because I feel like it has never gotten its day in the sun. Like that, we don't even know these people, and I want us to have an opportunity to celebrate the skill and the people who are making this magic happen in the world. So that is kind of, step off my soapbox, but that is the reason for this.
But it's about, and it's not just celebrating the skill, it's celebrating the skill with other people who appreciate it, live it, aspire to do more of it.
Yeah.
Like you are going to be in a room of your people.
Yes.
My background, like I said, I have 10 years of experience of events done by people who are either in online communities or spread across the country. And the difference of being able to connect in person is life changing. It is game changing for you and your passion, your hobby, whatever it may be. And that's what PatternCon offers. Oh, I love this question. Did you see the last question that came in?
Yes.
Is the vegetarian or pescatarian option for lunch and snacks? I feel like Trisha is very attuned to this question. Trisha, how would you identify yourself as a food consumer?
Well, I happen to be pescatarian and vegetarian when pescatarian isn't available. So I will absolutely be making sure that we have food to eat, Sheila. Don't you
That will
worry.
be something for both the hot lunches as well as snack packs.
Yeah.
That will be a question presented very early on to ticket holders about dietary restrictions or food allergies. And so that will be, so when final decisions are made on menus, etc.,
Yeah.
that will be taken into play 100%.
100%. Yeah. I am a
Yeah.
big proponent of having variety for everyone. And that doesn't mean that it will only be vegetarian and pescatarian. I do not I'm not against meat eaters.
I've sat next to her at many meals eating chicken, don't worry.
So, yes, we will definitely have a variety of diet options. Yeah, Kristen says, I think people like us look at fashion in a different way and other people don't understand our vision. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's just you guys, I am so, and we've talked about the classes and we've talked about, the keynote speakers, and we have some other really fun community focused engagement plans. So, and if you guys have been around for a while, if you've ever participated in my Fitabulous Fit Bootcamp, you guys know I'm a lover of giving things away and prizes and just building up that community and engagement and really connecting with one another. So definitely there's some things that we haven't talked about yet that are going to be involved, and that is a top of mind for this whole experience.
Could I also make a suggestion?
Sure.
All right. I have a suggestion for you that can help elevate your experience and the experience of your fellow attendees. All right. Like I said, I've done a lot of these before. So there's going to be tables in the ballroom. Okay. So for keynotes, lunches, etc., you're going to be there.
We're all going to be together.
And then there'll be all the breakout rooms. So you're not going to be sitting at a table all day long, by no means. No. But you're going to have a spot. And it'll be kind of like not assigned. You can pick your spot. You can pick where you're going to go. But that's kind of be your kind of spot for those 2 days when you're in the room. It'll make your life easier. You can leave like a sweater on your chair. You know what I mean? Those type of ideas. Something I have found for events that I really love, if this is you, my love language, and Trisha and I have a very, very good friend named Melissa, where one of our love languages is definitely gift giving. That's who we are. Something that can be really fun is if you want to make or bring little gifts for your table mates or people you run into that have an impact on you. Now, things I've seen at events, and I know the people coming to this can make literally anything. You have crafty, talented people. I've had people bring homemade things. One of the yummiest things I ever got at one of these events was a woman from Georgia who brought little bags of a local company to her that makes seasoned nuts. And she brought them because she was from Georgia, right? Yeah. And it was like a little gift from her home. And I've had things like that. I've done that from Maine before. Brought little containers of Stonewall blueberry jam. I've done that before. And if you run into someone, have an amazing conversation or something, and you want to give them a little something like that to take with them or bring them for your table mates, like little things like that, you have no idea what an impact they could have on someone. Let's say you're watching this right now and you are a pattern nerd and you want to unite, but you're like, I don't know anyone there. I'm scared to go. You know what I mean? If you meet someone with them that connect with them and you have that little trinket exchange, and maybe you can like write on there your Instagram handle, right? It's a way to keep those connections going. Yep. Little things like that and little traditions like that can make these events just a whole nother level for everyone who's attending. So if you've never been to one, That's really something fun you can do that doesn't have to cost much at all. It does not have to be a big deal.
And just so everyone knows, there will be 10 people to a table. So when we're talking about, finding your table of people, there will be 10 people at that table. Like the cake pops. Yes, Sue brought us branded Pattern Place cake pops to our retreat.
I'm jealous I didn't get one of those.
I know. I tried to save one for you, but it would have ended up smashed and gross.
I would have melted.
Because I did see, I had to go through customs. I didn't know. But yeah, I did send her pictures because she's the one who developed that brand.
Literally the minute she got them, she was like sending it to her. We have a little squad. There's 4 of us. We're like best friends. And she immediately sent us a picture of a cake pop.
Yes, we love the cake pop. So yeah, Sue's on that train for sure. And there was something else that I was going to mention, but I do want to, the vendor tables. So we do have vendor tables that we're adding all the time. Those details are still coming together. But we have some great vendors already lined up. I will, of course, have a table as well for tools and other things. But we also are going to do a fabric swap or notion swap table. So if you've got some stuff in your stash and you're just tired of it, bring it to PatternCon and trade it for something else, and so that is going to be one of those things that I've experienced at festivals and other conventions that it's always a lot of fun, and you can trade up your stash, get something new. So that is another thing I wanted to mention. Also, can we talk about, and you explained this so beautifully the last time we went live, I think it was on Instagram, but about people who are a little worried about being overwhelmed,
Absolutely.
With that many people. Because I know that sewing is typically a solitary hobby. We're in our sewing rooms by ourselves, which is why it's so important for us to come together so that we can, I think somebody last time we were on said it was, recommended by their therapist that they get out of their sewing room and be around other people. So it's doctor recommended, but, but it may be a little intimidating to be around that many people. So we have some thoughts on that as well.
We've thought about this. I can tell you from day one of working with Trisha, I knew Trisha before I worked with her. Day one, literally 5 minutes into our first official work meeting, like, what is PatternCon to you? And for that, frankly, what is your online membership to you? What is Creative Costume Academy? Inclusion, celebrating, welcoming, the diversity of people. This was from day one. Okay, this was immediate. So this is something that needs to be considered in an in-person event. And I'm also cognizant, again, I've done this for years, that in-person events pre and post 2020 are also different. People have different concerns. So that was one thing. For example, there were some locations looked at that were not in a hotel.
Yeah.
And particularly for this year, when it's small enough that we can absolutely find an appropriate hotel. It's a little different if you're at a 50,000 person conference. It gets a little more challenging sometimes.
Yeah.
In a few cities it's not, but for the most part it is we were very much like, this needs to be in a hotel because number one, it makes it easier, it makes it more cost effective. But if you're someone who does need, maybe you need a break, maybe you need to go to your room and decompress and just, you're like, my peopling is full for a minute and I need to take a step back. It's easy to do that and not miss things. Okay. Yeah. So we're having it set up so that if you are someone, you are all in and you just want to immerse yourself these 2 days in all the people, classes, and activities, do it. Okay.
Yep.
If you're someone who needs a little bit more of a break, you can do that too. You do not have to sign up for breakout classes at every session. You don't. Okay. Maybe you look at the list and you're like, I love everything, but I know me and I know my cup and when it's going to be too full. Maybe rather than signing up for all 3 sessions, maybe you only sign up for blocks 1 and 3, and maybe you take a break during block 2. That is completely fine. Yep. You are going to have at least 2 keynotes in the main ballroom. You're going to have other things on stage. You're going to have some fun activities in the main ballroom. You're going to have your meals, the vendors, the swag, the food, right? Mm-hmm. Your ticket is already there just in the main ballroom. Yeah. And then you have all these classes. So you can kind of choose if you need to step out, step in, you can do that. Things are not finalized right now, but we are also working on a couple other aspects that I think might be really beneficial for people who kind of maybe need a little bit of a reset during the day itself. So I just want to say that there are more things we are working on during this event that might benefit you, but since they're not finalized, I don't want to say anything just yet. Trisha knows what I'm talking about. But we cannot say gather together. We cannot say everyone is welcome at this pattern party unless we do everything within our power to welcome everyone.
Yes.
So if you are nervous about this event, whether you're like, it's a lot of people, or I don't have any, real life friends in this community, that's what we're doing here. Something else that 100% will be happening are threads in the Facebook group for attendees. Who is coming solo and knows no one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's something we haven't mentioned is there is a Facebook group set up for the general attendees for you to connect and get information, leading up to the event as well.
So there'll be ways to connect ahead of time. Something I love to do for different events is kind of like, where are you all coming from? And then you see these sub comments coming when all the people coming from Georgia, Montana. Is anyone coming from Maine? Come on, there's got to be someone.
I know we need some Maine friends. I think we don't have a teacher coming from Maine. She couldn't make it this year, but
from Maine.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be there next year, guys. I'll get her. No, but it's just like is connecting. Who's scared to death to come and coming by themselves? I bet you there's be more comments on that thread than you can shake a stick at.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from? There'll be opportunities if people want to connect ahead to figure out roommates, etc. Like that would be on your own to figure out, but we're going to give you the forum to do it if you want to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And just talking about the hotel again, it's a beautiful hotel. I did do a reel. I believe it's posted here on YouTube
a couple days ago, a few days ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Last week, I think. I don't know. It's been a whirlwind. But yes, so I did I showed some footage of the room. Of the hotel. It's a really beautiful hotel. There's an indoor-outdoor pool. There's 24-hour room service. The free shuttle from the airport, so you don't have to get an Uber. There is a restaurant on the premises as well, and some really nice just kind of hangout areas. There's a gym. And a little area like that. There's fridges in the room as well. And we do have a discount room block. So the rooms are not included in the ticket price, but we do have a discount room block just for the event. There's free parking for those of you who are in Charlotte, because I know Charlotte is a thing with parking and it can be a nightmare. For our event, for PatternCon, you do not have to pay for parking. So
and free airport transfers.
Yeah.
So if you're flying in like me, you can get directly there. No Uber, no ride share, no bus, no taxi.
Yeah.
Covered.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So all of that is extra perks as well. I can't think of anything else we didn't talk about that we can talk about.
I know. I can't remember who posted it. It was something it was Snoop. So you got to know when to hold them. We can't tell you every detail.
We've got to have some surprises.
We got to have some surprises for you all. I mean, they're really fun. But full disclosure, you have a great idea of how it's going to be laid out, 35, 36 breakouts plus main stage. There's a lot here, and I cannot wait to start seeing this Facebook group fill up on Friday. I can't wait. I am so excited, and it's this isn't even my lifelong dream. I can't imagine. How are you feeling?
I'm stoked. I'm a little bit tired because there's been a lot going on. So I need a little bit of a rest, but once I start talking and telling people about the teachers and just thinking about, all the extra things that we are talking. I had a special meeting with one of our surprise guests yesterday, and we just had such a blast talking about it. And I'm so excited, you guys. It's going to be so much fun. CJ says, can we know the cost before the day of trying to get a ticket? Yes. So it's going to be around it's going to be around $350 is the cost of the ticket. That includes everything that we've mentioned. And it includes the classes, as many as you can or want to sign up for. There will be one thing I didn't mention yet is most of the classes don't have an additional fee because there will
Like
be
a kit cost.
yeah, there will be a convention kit that we will offer that, all of your basic pattern making tools that you would need for most of the classes that is an option to purchase, or you could bring your tools if you'd like. And so that is going to be an option. And since most of the classes will be utilizing most of those tools, there won't be a kit fee for every class, but there are a few classes where if you're needing a specific pattern or they're giving you fabric or something specific for that class, all of that and all of those details will be outlined in the registration information before you register for classes. So you would know fully whether there was an additional, and we're talking, like $20. I think the biggest fee
most of them are going to be like 10, $20.
Yeah.
That even and most classes, I don't think most of you even have one.
Right.
They're going to be low. And yeah, like you said, there are some supplies to bring, which you can bring yourself, or if you want them ready to go, we'll have that registration table for you. I'm just checking to see if there's any other questions we missed. Oh, well, there is one.
Okay.
It's a good question, though. Will the 2026 location be announced at this year's
Oh,
PatternCon?
we missed that one from Sandra.
I have a strong feeling that's a yes, but I think there's a very good chance that could be announced. So I'm going to think about that one. I think everything else looks like we covered it.
CJ has another question, and please don't apologize, CJ. This is the reason for this live, is that we wanted to answer any and all questions. So if you've got more, please ask us questions before we sign up.
Yes. All right. When will the hotel begin taking room reservations? Sorry about the questions, newbie here. CJ, we love you. No questions. No apologies, I mean.
Yeah. Yes, we are already taking reservations because we did start selling volunteer tickets, and so yeah, you can book your hotel as soon as you secure your ticket.
I think the only other question that hasn't been asked, but I've seen it asked many times before, so I think I'll just preemptively answer for anyone who's watching replay or watching live, is especially for PatternCon, come as you are. Okay. Yes. You should dress the way you want to dress. Yeah. You should come as you are. It is going to be 2 very full days of amazing things. So I want you to be comfortable. But hey, if you're comfortable in 8-inch heels, then I want you wearing 8-inch heels, right? If looking fabulous is you, do that. But a lot of people are like, oh, what should I wear? What should I do? You should come as you are. This is about welcoming the community together to celebrate patterning and to celebrate the people who love it. Yes. So whoever you are, that's who we want to show up.
For sure. For sure. Thank you for saying that. Absolutely.
Is there a limit on the hotel block? Technically, potentially, yes. That is something that Trisha is going to keep an eye on. Yeah. We will, of course, do our best to fill as needed. Yeah. My recommendation is always book as soon as you can. Please don't panic. I bought my ticket immediately. I must book my hotel room.
And I just want to mention quickly about the discounted room rates. So there is going to be a link in your confirmation email when you purchase a ticket of how to grab those discounted rate rooms. But it's glitchy. I was told this by the hotel, and they said that the best way to get those discounted room blocks is to actually call them. So the phone number is also listed in that confirmation email, and that's going to guarantee that you're going to get the discount rate and that it's going to go through. So I do recommend that you do get on the phone and call them. And yeah, we do have, when I negotiated the contract, we did agree to a certain number of room blocks, but I also made sure that if we sold out of those, that we would be able to get more. But it's dependent on availability and how quickly or how soon we are, how close we're getting to the actual event. So like Caitlin said, I wouldn't panic. Like, we do have a big room block right now, but I would get locked in on that sooner than later for sure.
I have two last questions before we go.
Sure.
Okay, number one. Now, the event itself will be air conditioned and wonderful.
Yes.
But I need to know a little bit about Charlotte and August, and here's why. Trisha knows this. Sometimes my hair looks like this. Sometimes my hair is curly, and then when Trisha and I were in Mexico, I had a full lion's mane, okay? Because my hair each morning decides, this is my texture for the day. That's the life I live, all right? So Trisha, don't tell me temperature-wise. Tell me what my hair will look like in August in Charlotte. That's all I want to know.
Well, I will say August in Charlotte is, the height of summer, and it is going to be, it's pretty warm.
Okay.
So, and humid. But
is it going to be the lion's mane again?
Maybe not quite as big as Mexico lion's mane, but it's pretty hot and humid. And Sandra's piping in as our North Carolina resident as well. Yeah, it's hot and humid, but I will say this. Those of you in Florida, it won't be as humid as Florida.
And the rooms will be beautiful temperature controlled.
Correct.
It's just when when you say not as big as Mexico, are you implying my hair memorable in Mexico? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're the one calling it a lion's mane. I'm just saying.
I took a shower in Mexico. I washed. Everyone be proud of me. I stepped out of the shower. My hair was all like wet, right? I put it up in a towel. I took it down, and it was like a cartoon. It just went boing, just out to here. And I had giant sunglasses on my head, and like they were struggling to stay on my head because my hair was like go. All right.
Then
question.
So I just want to elaborate on that a little bit, and we do have Sandra in the comments as a local saying it's hot and humid, and it is. But it's not as humid. I mean, you're talking to a girl from California, Southern California, where it's perfect weather all the time. Mm-hmm. So if I can stand it, like I have a very low tolerance to extreme weather. If I can stand it, it will be fine. But I also lived in Las Vegas for 11 years where we would have months, most of the year, over 100 degrees. And not humid. But when you are faced with that kind of heat, even in the middle of the night, even in the middle of the night, even in shade, it's still 100 degrees or more. And when the wind blows, it's like a hairdryer. And I will tell you, since living in North Carolina, I don't experience that oven time of year anymore. So while it will be hot and it will be humid, if you can get in some shade, and a breeze, we do have a nice breeze, and at night it's not going to be crazy hot. So I like it. I love it here. I think it's perfect.
We're just saying everyone is welcome, everyone's included. So just remember, when you meet me, that includes my hair. Okay. It might be because I'm 4'10", but I might be 5'5" with my hair. Okay, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Okay.
We're not talking about it.
We're not talking about that. Okay, so that was question one. And then question number two, because she had asked, are we going to announce the location of PatternCon 2026 at this one? Probably. Can you also promise me here and now on a live video, which will forevermore be posted on your channel?
Oh, geez.
Okay. In PatternCon 2026, can we have a breakout session that is pattern making and fitting for your Chewini? Because
is he there? He's there, isn't he?
People come in all shapes and sizes, but so do our critters. Okay. And I happen to own a critter who does not fit standard dog clothing size. So PatternCon 2026, he's right here. Will we have a fitting class for Chewinis? Yes or no? That's the question.
Oh, the pressure. I mean, I do.
Private VIP session for me.
We might have to do a Chewini VIP fitting session. I know we have. Look at him. Look at him. We're waking him up. Oh, this is Winston.
This body. See, look. He's small and tall at the same time. Okay.
Look at him.
He's like. So that's the question here and now.
Well, we do have lots of dog lovers, including myself. So if there is a big enough demand, I cannot commit to just Winston. I mean, we might have to do a VIP session just for him. Oh,
He wants a PatternCon t-shirt to rock. Look at him, big stretchies for you.
that
big
we
yarn.
can make happen for sure.
Okay.
That
So
will
we
make
will
happen.
get you a custom fit t-shirt, I promise. Okay, he looks happy now. There's another question.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you should answer that one. The
Yeah.
answer's yes.
Will there be any further information regarding the toolkit that will be available to buy? Yes, there will. Maya, yes, there will. So basically, the basic tools that I sell a toolkit. Usually I talk about it when we are doing membership signups, because there are just a few tools that I just feel like if you're making patterns, everyone should use. So it'll be like the see-through ruler. We're going to have your needle wheel. And this is in, imperial, not metric, Maya, which might be helpful. I don't know. I think you guys are metric in Netherlands. We're going to make sure you have scissors that are able to fly with.
TSA compliant.
Yeah,
we'll have
TSA
those in the kit
compliant.
for sure.
So that you can take these tools home with you. We usually have an awl and a notcher, which I can't seem to find at the moment. But yeah, here we go.
So we will.
And a pencil and an eraser. So that this is a notcher that will be included. We'll have the all like basically what I think everyone would want to have as their basic pattern making toolkit. And it's one that I have listed on my website right now. So we're going to take that and we're going to add a few things. So you're going to have paper as well, and included in that kit. So you'll have some paper as well. And then I will have at my vendor booth, additional paper if you want to purchase the blue dot paper, alphanumeric paper that I use all the time. And I will also bring my oak tag paper. I'll include that in the kit as well, just a small piece, but if you wanted more, yeah. And Kristen's saying, yeah, 4 inch or less for the scissors. They did not blink at the all. Crazy. Yeah, or this. I'm like...
I once helped organize this event for a different community within the crafting world, and I had 5 suitcases, my carry-on, a backpack, and just the way to fit things. I literally flew with 175 pairs of scissors in my carry-on, and they were TSA compliant, and they didn't even look. They were just like, you're good, you're covered. So that kit, all the information we provide ticket holders, and you are welcome to bring your own, or if you want, you can pre-order and it will be available for pickup right at registration, available for you, whatever makes you happy, what you need or want. And also, speaking of Trisha's table, there might be a little meeting with my graphic designer partner and my artist who works with us. There might be a little bit of a meeting happening next week, talking about some wearable merch that might be at the event. And Trisha, I'm thinking again, maybe we do have a pre-order option for that, so if people want to pick it up and just wear it on the weekend. Yeah. Could be some options.
We're thinking about that, and discussing those details. So maybe some t-shirts that I've been talking about for years. Maybe we'll actually make those for this event. Kristen's asking how much paper should we bring. Kristen, that's going to depend on which classes you end up taking. So we can finalize those details as we get closer to registration. And like I said, we will have this Facebook group. I know not everybody's in a Facebook group, but we are going to get you. That's why email is very important. For when you purchase the tickets, we will be getting more details to attendees through email and also shared in that Facebook group so that you have all the information. You'll be able to ask all the questions. We will be moderating it. Sandra.
It's all Sandra. We got you covered. We got you covered. And next time we do a live, can you have Levi on your lap, please?
Yeah. He'd want to be. You have 500 feet. Oh my goodness. Don't need any more. No, you don't. Kristen, my goodness. You bought a whole roll. Yeah, we will let you know how much paper you will need, because it sounds like you're stocked. Heck, you might have some friends who want you to bring some too.
No, seriously.
All right. Are there any last questions before we sign off? Winston's getting antsy, looks like.
No, he just heard that there'd be a t-shirt made to fit him, and he's very excited.
He's very excited about it. Yeah, and my lap dog weighs 95 pounds, so if he was in my lap, you would get to see his chest and not me at all.
Yeah,
and that is his preferred seat, by the way.
I'm going to work on it. Custom slopers for your pets. All right, you heard it here now. I'm going to work on that session being made so that you can make a sloper to fit your Chiweenie or your pit mix or whatever you own. If your chinchilla likes to dress up, I think that's amazing. And we are going to work on
because that's the power of pattern making, is that you can make anything.
Exactly.
For anybody.
I'm not standard size. Neither is my dog. Okay.
Well, nobody is. I mean, very, very slight, very, very minimal people are standard size. So that's why we need this convention, so that people can learn this power and make clothes that they feel good in and express their own unique style.
He agrees.
He's just so cute. I can't stand it. All right, everyone. I'm not seeing any more questions come through, and we have kind of gone over even what I was expecting, but we wanted to make sure. I do have a dog sweater tutorial in the pattern place. So I do have a PDF on how to make a dog sweater for your Chiweenie already. Maybe we'll do that as an in-person class.
Friday night, 6 p.m. EST.
Yes.
EST, so whatever your time zone is.
Yeah.
Tickets go on sale. The party list gets the first 24 hours. Now, we don't know if there's going to be tickets after 24 hours. We can make no promises. Yeah. So if you're in, or you think you're in, or you want the option to be in,
get on the party
list. And Trisha and I will be live together watching all the things as they unfold. And I am so excited. I cannot wait. And if you are coming from Maine and you are joining the Facebook group, you better put up a post right away. Okay? If anyone else is going to hunt you down, I'd be excited. And you know what? If you're coming from Quebec, I'll count you. You're close enough. You're my neighbor. So any Quebecois coming, I'm excited.
I didn't know you were that close to Quebecois. I know you're basically Canada up there.
my husband also from Maine. Grammy lives 5 minutes from the Canadian border. So we're up in Demdare Woods.
Yeah. So the link is down below on how to jump on the party list. We are sending out information and email throughout this week leading up to Friday, so that you will know how to get. If you are on the party list and you have not received an email from me, do check your junk or promotions folder, but also you can email us with any further questions, hello@creativecostumeacademy.com. That is the easiest way for us to make sure, where your emails are landing, and make sure that we are getting the information to you that you need to make sure that you can grab a ticket and all the information about the event as well. All right, everybody, I hope to see you in Charlotte in August. I know several of you in the chat are already coming, and I can't wait to see you and hang out and celebrate this superpower that we have amongst our people. It's just gonna be the best party. I'm so stoked. And just so you guys know, me and the teachers, we're messaging each other ooh, this would be cool. Ooh, that would be cool. Can we work this in? Oh, that'll be fun. We are as jazzed as you guys are. This is just going to be a pattern love fest is what it's going to be. And we want you to be there. So hopefully we will see you there. If you have any questions, please reach out. We're happy to answer. Until next time, everybody, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.